Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Mattshotcha. I'm your lead community developer here at Gun Media, and I am joined today by the one and only
Wes Keltner. I like butts.
I'm the butt man. Cheeks up. We're hanging out today. I brought my son, Tarman. We're hanging out today. We're gonna play Layers of Fear 1. This should be the final part. Yeah, there's my Tarman. There you go. Don't listen to him, Tarman. You're beautiful.
There's far too many conversations you have with that pillow. I feel like it's unhealthy.
It's creeping Wes out. Since he got in here, I've been like, look, I brought my boy.
Yeah. Actually, you referred to him as my son is here.
My son is here, yeah. Yep. So, today we're going to hang out, talk horror, and play some Layers of Fear 1. For those of you who haven't heard the news, Layers of Fear 2 launches on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 on May 28th.
Indeed.
Which is only 2 weeks or 14 sleeps from now.
You know, when I was a kid, that was a thing too with my younger brothers and stuff. Like everything, that's how you equated
more sleeps.
Time was sleeps.
And you know, somebody in the chat, I caught it during the last Beyond stream. For those of you who maybe are new to the channel, on Tuesdays we run a show called Beyond where we talk about all the news coming out of Gun Media on all the projects that we're working on. And this past Tuesday we had a Beyond stream, and I said something about how many more sleeps until Layers of Fear, and somebody was like, nice grammar. And I was like, bro, you don't know the sleeps as a unit of time? Like, that's a measurement of time. Like,
but we also put a plural version of underwear when we were kids. Like, if you're just putting one on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting my underwears on.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway.
So, basically, we've got, like, probably about 20 more sleeps, not even, until, 19 more sleeps to be exact, until Layers of Fear 2. Which, again, like I said, launches on the big 3 there. We've got pre-orders up on the Steam page. You can search for Layers of Fear 2 on Steam and pre-order now if you're interested. You get a 10% discount. But back to the news of the day.
Okay.
This is our final chapter, I think, depending on if I totally blow it or not.
Yeah.
It should be our final chapter of Layers of Fear 1.
Are you going to let the stream run until you finish it?
Oh, probably.
Wow, okay.
We've got 2 bits of the master.
I freed up like an hour and a half.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you got to get it done in an hour and a half.
All right. I was waiting for him to say, go, because, I have a thing, and then he was going to leave and come back and scare me again.
Or that. I could do that.
For those of you who missed it, there's clips floating around. So anyway, before we go any further, though, let's get some hellos out of the way. We've got Numenon Gaming, JJC, Adam Obsidian. We've got the one and only, the horror news outlet I love the most, Dread Central, is in there.
That was really cool. I think they hosted us, too.
Yeah, they dropped a host.
Very cool of them. Very cool.
Over on Twitch, we got Sour Dope, Spirit Away, Galaxy Graves, Land of the Cleaves, Justin. We've got a Havoc. We've got a Hori, Pumpkin Pan. We've got a lot of people in there. Mad Moxie's in there.
And so is Sarah Dope.
Mad Moxie. Hey, Peanut.
Y'all been playing Apex recently, haven't you?
I've been playing a lot of Apex, yeah.
Did you play with Sarah yet?
Yes, I did.
Does she carry you or vice versa? Or?
She made a whole point of saying, like, Matt, I need you to carry me in these games. And then we got there and she did the carrying. So I was like...
Well, I played with her one night in PUBG many, many moons ago. And she carried me in that for sure.
Right.
So...
She made it sound like she was going to have a hard time.
I think that's her shtick. She's like, oh, I'm really garbage.
So bad.
And then she's like, just like taking everybody out.
Then she was like, oh, I got 4 kills. Another one down over here. And I was like, wow, man, now I feel like I need the backpack. But...
Right.
Oh, what do we got here? Why do all my comments need to be checked? Laugh out loud. This is mature. No? Sorry, I'm a potty mouth.
I think some of that's Moobot's a little aggressive.
Yeah, we have the Moobot set a little strict right now, but...
Because I guess it's the difference between someone saying like, shit, yeah, this is awesome, or, Wes, I hope you eat shit. Like, I don't know, it's context, right? Like,
Moobot can't determine context, so basically,
which if someone said it to me, I'm like whatever too. If it's, I'm not gonna be like strike that from the record. You know, I'm like whatever, but
you know what it comes down to is you have these parameters in those bots, and ours is set maybe a touch too strict. It's something that I've been thinking about looking at because you're right. On the last stream, we talked about our latest patch, which actually is live today on Friday the 13th.
That was a good stream, by the way. You did a good job.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
There's a lot of curveballs that got thrown in there. You did good.
Somebody asked me about projects, and I was happy to be able to bring up my birdhouse, which I thought was pretty fun.
That's a good.
I appreciate you guys caring about my projects. But aside from that,
Cleaves, son of a bitch,
eat shit nerd, yeah. And that one went through no problem.
Yeah.
So basically, those filters they're a little tight right now, and we could probably loosen them up. On the last stream, we had a lot of people hype with the patch news, and it caught a lot of that. So we'll take a look.
By the way, Cleaves, you live like an hour and 10 or something from us, so
yeah.
Watch yourself.
Be warned.
I wore my dancing shoes today. Did you see that?
I like the red New Balance kicks there.
Yeah,
So let's see here. We're going to continue layers of fear. Yeah. So, like I was saying, not that we're going to dive too far into the weeds.
Where does Wes shop? Gap, Kohl's, Target. I don't shop at any of those. I'm not big into shopping myself. I got on this kick where the brand. Give me a sec. Untuck It is the name of the brand. It's a shirt brand. Untuck It.
I've got.
I like them because obviously they're made to not be tucked in, and I don't like to tuck in a shirt.
Yeah.
But I still like a buttoned-up shirt with a collar. Like I don't know. I'm turning 40 this year, dude. I feel like I need to wear like a button-up shirt. But even though I love a t-shirt. Like it's hard to beat a t-shirt.
That's the thing, man. My entire wardrobe is based out of whatever is the easiest. I'm
trying to remember what this shirt is. I don't recall, but
that right there. I mean, that's like I don't know how many extra buttons. That's a lot of work to do in the morning. I'm this guy.
But it's kind of a stretchy fabric. So whenever I want to go ham on lunch, it's like it's all good. It's all good. Right. My pants are just like Levi jean khaki kind of dealios, and then I think I got my New Balance on Amazon because I love to never leave the house and interact with human beings ever. Yeah. So if I have the option to buy it online, I'm doing it, which is another reason why I like Untuck It, because I just go to their site. They always hit me with the email. It's like, hey, there's my shit on sale, and I'm like, dope. And I was going and get a couple shirts. And
speaking of that, it was Wayfair we were talking about the other day.
Yeah,
I bought a piece of furniture from Wayfair. Like I don't know.
Don't you feel like an adult when you finally do that? When you get to step it up, because you go to those we've been all the value furniture, surplus bonanza, whatever those stores are, right? And you walk in, it's like you can get a couch and a love seat for like $300 or something,
or like the IKEA piece of furniture that they don't even bother giving like a Swedish name. They're just like
the fabric is held on with Velcro and shit. Right. You're like, what is this?
Yeah.
So when you finally get to step up and you're like, I'm going to buy a real piece of furniture.
Here's my problem with Wayfair though. If I could just vent real quick, you order a couch or entertainment center, say, from Wayfair, right? Mm-hmm. They spend the next 6 months of your life sending you discounts for more entertainment centers.
Oh, dude.
I don't know what they think I'm trying to do, like if I've opened up a retail outlet for Wayfair, but I bought one from you. I'm enjoying it very much so. Stop sending me emails about how...
I'll tell you another one that's like an ex-girlfriend you can't shake is Expedia.
Yeah.
You use that shit once. You book one flight on Expedia, they're like...
yeah, exactly. And they're like, have you been thinking about going to Mars?
Yeah,
you got a deal.
They blow my inbox up daily. I'm like, bruh, chill. Anyway.
Matt's t-shirt collection should be insured.
You're just now trusting her to wash them?
I didn't let her touch any of my laundry.
My wife and I, we do our, she does her laundry, I do mine.
Yeah.
When we first got married, she didn't know that you're supposed to, I'm not trying to call her out or anything on stream.
But it's
just funny the differences. It's funny the differences. Like as soon as I figured out as a kid what a washing machine was and how it's a thing, my mom was like, yeah, no, you're doing your own stuff now.
Yeah.
So I could barely look into the washing machine when I was start doing my own laundry. So anyway, but my wife had a different upbringing. Like her parents washed her clothes even in college. She would take all of her clothes home on the weekend and her parents would do them, right?
Yep.
So anyway, we get married, and she would wash colors and whites together. She would just throw them all in, and she would fill the washer up to the freaking max.
Now you know why I didn't let my wife touch my t-shirts.
Right? And now the washing machine sounds like you've put gold bricks and chains in it. It's like a bunch of jinky, and this is walking itself out. I'm like, what are you doing, woman?
Yeah, it's opening the closet door, and you're coming to life.
Exactly.
Well, same thing. When I was young, my mom was like, hey, look, my parents were already split, so my mom was like, look, I got things to do. You're going to do your own laundry. And so I did. Kirsty, on the other hand, she's the whatever, it's all clothes.
Just jam it in there.
It all just goes in there.
Clothes are clothes.
Standing on the top of the washing machine, we were
jamming it in.
Yeah, and I can't. So but I guess we've grown in our relationship. So there's
but my wife can cook like a fucking hyena, dude. She is
same.
She is awesome. She is awesome at cooking.
See, there's a trade-off there. I'll wash a T-shirt or two, man, if it means that.
Yeah, we divvied out. When we first got married, we asked, we're like, what are the things that you're like, I'm know about this thing. And hers was taking out the trash. She was like, I freaking hate it. I hate taking the trash out.
And you're like,
I'm like, I got it. I'll do that all day. She's like, what about you? And I was like, I don't like loading and unloading the dishwasher. It's something about it. It just annoys me. I don't like doing it, And she's like, all right, I'll do it.
This is why Wes threw away all his plates in the beginning. That was the original, the original plan, right?
Right, just use them once.
Eat it, and you're like,
throw it in the garbage.
Done. That was trying to cook like a hyena. Yeah, that's a thing. It's a thing. Don't judge. Let's see here. Seriously, guys, after 2 years, can you please put the Kickstarter backer credits in alphabetical order?
Oh yeah.
No, probably not.
Are they not? Oh
No,
man.
there's a million of them.
Yeah. I remember that was a whole thing, just getting them imported to work right in the credits. So I'm sure it was probably like, hey, we actually got it to work.
Yeah.
Alphabetical.
Yeah.
Rob just jumped in production, chimed into my ear, and he was like, "Yeah, man, there's no way we can. It would take so much time to pull that back out, put it in alphabetical order."
But it's a good opportunity to say, hey, quote the Raven. I'm not sure if you're new, but make sure you tune in on the Beyond streams where we go through a lot of that stuff. We put a lot of time and effort into making sure that we address all of those as much as possible. Today we talk about whatever, which is why we're talking about.
Sorry, I'm readjusting we have one of those ventless AC units in here because it's starting to get close to Chernobyl heat in here right now already.
It's warm.
And so I'm trying to adjust the temperature in here, and I hear it.
My son likes it cool. Otherwise, his condition has a tendency to be aggravated.
That is true. He gets extra goopy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go with Layers of Fear 2. Rock.
Oh, yeah, we're playing a video game. We're not just...
There we go. Good job, Rob.
Sitting here.
Yeah, no, we are hanging out. But
Candace loves you. I'm here. Did I miss anything? Not really.
Yeah, don't worry.
Nothing newsworthy.
You don't have to watch that volume.
It was a bunch of random stuff.
All right, let me remember where I'm at. We destroyed our art space.
And by the way, hi, Candace.
Yes.
I think I popped into your stream, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or something. I hope you're doing well. Because I think at the time you weren't feeling so great. And so I hope you're feeling better. How about Friday 13th came out 39 years ago today? That is true.
Yes.
May 9th. That is very true. I can't remember, maybe it was a Friday 13th franchise. Love those dudes, by the way. I think they had tweeted it out like when I first got up this morning. So I was still, rubbing the sleep out of the eyes. And I was like, oh, shit, look at here.
Yeah, I'm at the
Today's
same
the day.
point. I can't wake up and exist before the immediate Friday the 13th stuff starts because, before I had my first sip of coffee, I was like, oh, okay, it was 39 years ago, which, I mean, is great, but yeah.
Do you have like a specific order whenever you wake up? Like, these are the things that must occur first before I'm human?
Yes.
And those are...
I go out on the balcony, I have a cigarette because I am a smoker.
Sure.
Once I'm done with my cigarette, I go back inside and
So before anything, no water, no coffee, nothing?
No, don't even look at me. Don't speak to me.
Wow, okay.
Don't even, I go have my cigarette, I come back in from the balcony, and then I have a cup of coffee. And then the very next thing, as much as this sounds corny, I pull my phone out and I catch up on social media because it's a large part of my job to know what's going on, and not everybody's in the same time zone as me. So, I may have been snoozing, but everybody else was active and doing things, and, who knows what might have blown up.
And then his wife brings him coffee, says Matt Moxie.
No, she's absolutely right. Usually I go out to have a cigarette, and when I come back in from the cigarette, there's a cup of coffee waiting for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I just assumed it was like apartment gremlins, but I guess if my wife is doing it, that's pretty cool too. No, I'm kidding. All credit to my wife.
Yeah. What my wife does for me that's awesome is the night before, she preps the coffee pot. So all I have to do is just walk up and push a button, and it just starts making the coffee. I'm like, because there's some days if she's gone for multiple days in a row that isn't a thing, obviously. So you get up and you're like, I can't even I can't human right at the time.
I wouldn't be able to.
And trying to put coffee in this thing and water, I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of stupid when I first wake up. So.
And there's a measurement involved there too.
Measuring things.
Yeah, I perpetually make terrible coffee, which is why I bought a Keurig as soon as I could. Oh. Hey, what up? Going in circles. Yeah, I know, game. You're making me, man. But this door's open. Let's do it. What was the shadow? Yeah. Oh, hey, dude.
Y'all got some awesome wifeys. That's true. We do.
It's 100% true.
It's true. I got pretty lucky on that one.
Like I said, my morning is I'm a very particular kind of person, and
see, I need liquid right when I wake up.
No, not me, my dude. No.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine waking up dry mouth and being like, I'm going to smoke a cigarette on top of that.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be harsh for me.
First thing I do. Sometimes, too. When it's warm out, it's true. Kirsty will bring the coffee cup out on the balcony because I'm out there just one after the other in the mornings. But
I like coffee, says Bicycle Death. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I mean, I love it, too. It's the first thing I drink when I get up, and this is so like old man to me, is
cup of Sanka.
A cup of Sanka. No.
Werther's Original.
You're right. I melt 7 Werther's Originals into a coffee cup.
That's a running joke, right?
Yeah. No, I do grapefruit juice. I love grapefruit juice, which is When I was a kid, I thought it was disgusting because it was too bitter, but I like it. I like it now.
Truth is, I used to be bigger on that OJ or grapefruit juice first thing in the morning, but I got to watch how much of it I have. So it's like more water.
Oh, yeah.
And water is, I don't know.
Well, great. I mean, orange juice has a shitload of sugar in it.
Oh,
Grapefruit, not as much.
Oh, yeah. In the hospital, when I was learning about how diabetes works, they always said if you go low, one of the best things you can do is a quick cup of orange juice. Because natural, even with nothing added, it's just packed up with sugar. And
Speaking
so,
of coffee, it's time for mine. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't come in bringing a coffee. It's usually
I forgot, and I'm really regretting it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Mistakes were made.
I brought 5 cans of my favorite canned coffee to the hospital.
Oh,
Like when you were in the hospital?
No, Pumpkin Pan is an
Nurse?
aunt now, I think.
Oh.
Recently, though.
Got it.
If that's who was making the...
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Just the other day, actually. So, glad everybody's doing well.
A glass of white grapefruit juice after every meal will speed up your metabolism.
Whoa.
How about that?
Mo drinks white grapefruit juice like it's going out of style. That's my daughter, Moxie, the peanut. She's watching at home because she likes Dad's voice in the apartment. And, yeah, she's big on the white grape juice. But we got to, like, reel her in because otherwise she'll be... Oh, hey, what up?
Well, congrats on being a new aunt, Pumpkin Pan. That's very cool.
Yeah, we got to reel her in. Otherwise, like, around... 8 p.m.
Oh, got him.
She'll be bouncing off the walls. I love that.
Oh, Candace, I'm so sorry. She got pneumonia. Oof.
Oh, yeah, I've had that a few times, man. That's a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's a real drag. Got, like, as in it's clearing up. You've been to the doctor and it's getting better, or like you're still under the weight of it?
Wes, when you come into California, you should do Universal Studios Horror Nights in October. That sounds like an amazing idea.
I did
I've never done that one.
Oh, I did Halloween Horror Nights in Florida once, and it was the coolest thing. I think we talked about this, actually. That was where they did the Purge thing with the people on bikes and everything.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. They had a whole human auction.
Thursday, 12th, that sounds like a great idea, and I'm going to look at my calendar because that sounds fun. Where do they have it? In Universal Studios is in L.A.? Question mark? Yes?
I think it's L.A.
Not my most favorite town to go to.
That one's a little different. No, I guess that would be the same thing as the one I went to. That's what I mean.
Black coffees, everything. I'm definitely getting better. It's okay. Thanks, loves. Yeah. Candace, I'm glad you're feeling better. I've always wanted to do the one in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Florida... I have a love-hate with Florida.
LA has good food, though. They do. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, most of my experiences in LA have been like meeting with license holders, legal general counsel people, agents, just people that come from cut from a different cloth. And I don't always have the best time, but I do have some friends there, and yeah, we'll go out and crush some food. We went to a Korean restaurant where you have the table's a grill. What is it called? I know it's a name.
I know what you're talking about, but
and they bring you out the stuff and you cook. Is it called that? Teppanyaki? Is that what it's called? I thought that was Japanese, but maybe it's not.
I thought like a hibachi place?
It's not. Hibachi is Japanese as well. Somebody in chat probably knows. Korean barbecue. Yeah, just Korean barbecue. That's.
Oh, okay.
And they bring you out, stuff, and you cook it. It's amazing. It's
we had Rob
delicious.
in our ear. I'm sorry. Excuse me. We had Rob in our ear speaking Japanese. We had me over here being like, I like McDonald's. And really, it was just Korean barbecue. It was actually,
you mean chicken nuggets with sweet and sour sauce? Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yep. I love them with the Szechuan sauce. Thanks, Rick and Morty.
Wes, look up Horror Nights 2007. The Texas Chainsaw House was right out of the film. Actually, I do remember that. I think there's a YouTube video where someone's showing. Yeah.
The one I went to had the 1978 Halloween house in it. And at one point, once you get inside, it's not an actual house with bedrooms and stuff. It's all laid out like a walkthrough. And at one point, you're in like a kitchen, I want to say. Moxie can correct me if I'm wrong. You're in like a kitchen, and then you go through another one, and you're inside of a closet for the scene where he breaks through the linen closet door, which is pretty neat because it keeps you on your toes. It's not you know, hey, rap.
Thursday the 12th. No, it was not Benihana.
Yeah.
Although I've been to a few of those. This was smaller. Like each table only seats about maybe 5 or 6 people. There is no chef. You're the chef. They just bring you the stuff, and they're like, here, and you start.
And you cook?
You do your own thing. Yeah. It's good though. And then you kimchi on the side, and
I would just be eating raw food.
a lot of booze and stuff was consumed. It was fun. It was a good time.
Oh no, wait, I remember this. I remember that this is a thing, and I don't remember how to get it. Hang on. One of these buttons will make me crouch. Nope, none of them.
Wes, can you get the license for a Halloween game? I wish it was something that just worked that way, where it was like, yeah, I can get it. Like,
I want this thing.
Yeah, I wish it worked like that. That it was just, I have an idea for a game, and I know, it's going to work with this license, so I'm just gonna get it. Like, I wish it was like that. It's not.
Oh, I remember this being. Was it dog? I don't.
I think you're further along than I didn't finish this game.
Yeah.
I got it, played it. I loved it, but at the same time, I think I picked it up a few months before Friday came out. So it was kind of like, what's free time,
Yeah. I want to say, oh God, they sent me for a loop with that one. Oh, come on, man. Oh, there we go, 9. So 259? Let's give that a shot. This is where everything goes south for Matt. 25. Hey, bruh, I knew it all along. Thank you.
Easy.
Thank you, Tar Man. I appreciate it. He was whispering the whole answer to me the whole time. Let's see here. Did you see Fright Rags came out with a new Return of the Living Dead?
I saw it.
Oh, boy.
Where's that pillow from?
That's from Creepy Company.
Creepy Company.
As are these socks.
Nice.
Yeah, bro. You know you're a fan of Tarman when you're...
Do you have Tarman underwears?
Not yet. I'm waiting for them to make adult-size underoos. I'm a small guy, but I'm not quite that small.
Vegas does have good food nowadays. Absolutely.
I need to remember how to crouch on controller through keyboard. Doesn't seem like...
Ollie Norris, hello, afternoon.
Whoa, Ollie Norris, how's it going, bud? I know Ollie. Shots on the boss, buddy. Oh, I'm changing that each time I touch it.
Thursday the 12th, that is very kind of you.
Let's see.
He's going to pick up my Universal Studios ticket if I pay for the flight to get out there. That's very cool of you. Thank you.
Movement interaction. It doesn't have the...
New It trailer was lit as F. I didn't see it yet.
I did, just before I came in here, and it was.
Okay. I'll watch it after the stream then.
No, the little elderly woman who, is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, see, I didn't have to worry about crouching after all. Maybe you can't crouch in the first one. I've been playing too much of the second one. And you will too.
Rubbing it in. Was it like a humble brag there just then?
No, a little bit. And then I did it, and then I kind of called myself out on it. Sorry. I love this song. Yeah, all right, there you go, so I can read it. All right, that's a lot to read, guys. I'm going to keep it moving for the sake of the stream.
Matt, are you watching Ranger tonight?
Hell yeah, I'm watching Ranger tonight. I'm pretty hyped about that. Ranger.
What is... I don't know what this is.
Yo, it's horror with punk rockers in it, so it's like right up my alley.
Horror with punk rockers in it.
Yeah.
It's a film.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix or...
Shudder, as of today.
It's on Shudder.
Yeah, so The Ranger is a film about a couple of punks that need to go and hole up in the mountains at a cabin for a while. And they run into a ranger who is, we'll just say, having a bad day. And it's about, the events that happen. But
have you seen it already, or you're just going from the trailer?
I have not. I'm going off the trailer and the fact that it's got punk rockers in it. It's a horror movie.
All right.
It recently, well, it was out in, I want to say limited release in theaters, and I think you could get it through Redbox for a minute there, but it's coming to Shudder, which is obviously a platform I'm a big fan of. So I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I've watched all the background stuff, and I'll be watching it tonight.
Ben, are you talking about Walker, Texas Ranger?
Yeah, exactly that, Ben.
That's
Yep,
what it is.
100% right.
Yeah, it comes out right after Jag, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly, and NCIS. I am a fan of the, like, I feel like there's a subgenre of horror that is like the misunderstood youth thing. It worked in Sleepaway Camp 3.
Oh, yeah.
It worked in Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, but there's not a whole lot of films you can point to, though, that follow a formula like that.
No, but there's always, let's put it this way, it's basically extracting the Vic from part 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That type of character and making the movie about them, which is what I like about that.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say, there's horror films that will have, like, oh, and that's the punk person, or that,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like...
Fox and the bikers were
Sure.
very punk rock.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
argued with a lot of people about that when I say the punks, and they're like, they're not punks, they're bikers. I'm like, they're pretty punk. Yeah. So, and there's always that group, and I think that when you make it about them, I think there's something cool about it. Like in Sleepaway Camp, the whole idea was they were rebellious people who were in Sleepaway Camp 3 at least. They were rebellious people who were at the camp because they got into trouble. So, obviously when people start dying, nobody wants to believe them because,
Butt won't shut up. Hey,
wow, bro.
I can do that too.
Family Stream, God.
Yeah, and he's barking back at his own dog. Like,
You
come on,
hate.
dude.
We got we have mints now in the stream room, so this might become an ASMR stream here.
He's gonna be like, such a
I'll
good
get the wrapper up here next to the mic.
Yep.
Does that do anything for you? Dream Disorder. Hello, Wes and Matt. Are you going to check out the new Child's Play movie in June?
All right, guys. I've said on this stream many, many times that I can find a redeeming quality in just about any horror movie.
With that said,
I'm really not into that new Chucky movie.
not into it.
No, and the original Chucky movie, I've had people be like, "Oh, that one's butts," or this, that, the other.
Like the original, the first one.
Yeah, I've had people try to say that I shouldn't enjoy that also. But wow.
Yeah.
But I do, and I respect it for its, me and you have had this conversation, for what it did and the timing of it and all these other things. I think there's a lot of cool stuff there. This new one, I see the stills of the Chucky doll, and I'm just like, man, that's a hard...
And Mark Hamill doing the voice.
It's all yikes, my dude.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
Hamill doing the voice, I think he can do a lot of cool things. I don't know, man. And I don't know that it makes sense now. Again, back to the conversation me and Wes had, which was based off of Eli Roth's History of Horror series, where they were talking about the timing of Child's Play 1 and how,
Cabbage Patch Kids.
Cabbage Patch Kids marketing to children and all that.
And My Buddy or whatever the little doll was that you could get when you were a kid.
And basically rabid kids being like, I need this, Mom. And that was when that became a thing and started. And I don't think that we have that timing now, and it's a little harder to...
I mean, kids still suck. It's not...
It's true, but it's a little harder to buy. I don't know. Something about it is...
I mean, it's interesting that they took this idea of this doll sort of is like an app, almost like the Alexa in your house that can control all these things. That's, I guess, bringing some modernity to the franchise to try to make it relevant to today's audience.
Right. But it's still a doll.
Yeah.
And I think that the Alexa angle and the smart home angle, oh, hey, what up, books? Just didn't feel like being on a shelf anymore. I feel like the, smart home Alexa angle is something that I would have liked more if it wasn't a Child's Play remake. If that,
I feel like there's
idea.
been movies already though of a smart house that tries to kill you. Isn't that a thing?
I feel like it's either a thing or it's, oh, hey, is it all worth it? I mean, that depends, man. I feel like it's either a thing or it's just so obvious that it feels...
Mad Moxie says, tell the story about My Buddy.
My Buddy.
I guess...
I don't have a story about My Buddy. Maybe her story about my Buddy. She had her sister threw a My Buddy doll's head down the stairs at her when she was a kid, and it scarred her for life. If that's the story she's
Wow. Okay. I
Yeah.
can see that being.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a sister like that, man. Hey, it said I could pick that thing up, and now it won't let me. What did I do? What did I do wrong?
Oh. There you go. Interaction conflict.
Oh, there we go. I just didn't open the drawer. Hey, bro, with the language.
Going
Here.
to the gym. Have a good stream, Wes and Matt. You can catch me on F13 playing.
Chad or Bucks.
Chad or Butts.
Okay, dope. Cool,
Good to
man.
see you again Thursday. Take care of yourself.
Take it easy, boss. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, she was horrified of Chucky, and so her sister threw the My Buddy head down the basement stairs at her, which, again, like I said, is, you know,
Yeah.
it's funny when you're an adult, but I told you about my father and the Hellraiser thing behind the towel.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
So apparently, maybe that's something me and my wife have in common, that we both came from.
Y'all got scarred in your youth?
Yeah, we both came from
there, princess.
questionable parenting tactics.
What? Oh, this is
Dad's medicine.
Whenever
Yeah.
Daddy's hurting, this helps the hurt go away.
It's true.
No, don't touch that.
Don't touch that.
I'm so. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Man, you know,
That looks like some good bourbon, says Ben. It had good color to it.
yeah. I was gonna say, Ben,
Killer Enthusiasm. Hello, welcome.
what up, buddy?
When I was small, my brother locked me in a bathroom and told me zombies were going to eat me if I left.
I mean,
Brothers or like older siblings are
they're terrible.
they're horrible.
But
Up.
hey,
Oh yeah, hey,
no,
hey,
come on, man. I feel like that actually he was looking out for you. He was like, you'll be safe in here.
Right.
That's a little different than saying like, hey, you're gonna be eaten right now.
My older sister never did anything like that. She was just like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know, like slam the door in my face.
How many years in between you guys?
5.
Well, that's probably why, yeah.
Yeah.
She was already at the point where she was like, I don't even have time to scare crap out of you, Wes.
Yeah. She's like, just leave me alone and we're cool.
You know.
I'd sneak in her room though and steal her tapes and go back and listen to it. That's how I got introduced to a lot of interesting music as a kid.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember being terrified because she had a cassette tape. She had one of those big boxes, it's got all your tapes in it. That was the thing back in the day. Mm-hmm. And I pulled one out, and it had a person in a red leather straitjacket and a sort of a Jason Voorhees mask, but it was metal,
Okay.
and it was Quiet Riot.
Nice.
I think the album was called Metal Health was the name
Okay.
of it. I remember being like, oh my God, like terrified of the cover.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how old I was. I was pretty young. But I was like, I'm gonna face my fears. I'm gonna listen to this.
Yeah, even though it's scaring the crap.
Even though the cover art is scaring the crap out of me. But I was like, oh, okay, it's just kind of hair metal.
Yeah. I went through the all right, what everybody says led to like the resurgence of punk rock in the late 80s and 90s. I went through that in like hyperspeed because when I was a youngster.
Give me an example of one of these bands you're talking about in the 90s.
In the 90s, well, New York had a thriving scene, but it's not anything that anybody would have heard of. It's
Okay.
a lot of that like thriving CBGBs, Wetlands, Coney Island High kind of scene, right?
Okay.
Which, again, for punk rock, you have to remember a resurgence is like, we got 4 more people listening to it. That's
Yeah.
like a,
Yeah. None of the radio friendly.
no,
Punk
no,
stuff.
No, not like that. But, when you hear those guys in those bands talk about it, what they're talking about is, there was punk rock in the 70s and everything through up, and then into the 80s, you had bands like Motley Crue that were influenced by punk rock that came out, but punk rockers were like, whoa, wait, no, this is not where we wanted things to go. And then there was this curve back around to like more modern punk. I went through that in like hyperspeed because I was like, I had a few albums and, actual albums and cassette tapes of bands that I liked from that first punk era. You know what I mean? The first tape I actively went out and bought was a Motley Crue cassette. And I listened to it once and I was like, that's cool and all, but that's not my thing.
Not me.
So then you know what I mean? So like I hop, skipped, and jumped right through it. And I was listening to punk from like about 12 years old.
See you, wise man. Have a good one.
Take it easy, boss. I got to figure out how I get the crank thingy.
I love
picked up,
Billy
there.
Idol era punk. Says someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that you can respect from that 80s era because he wasn't necessarily. Well, I mean, are we talking Generation X or are we talking Billy Idol? Because Gen X and Billy Idol are two somewhat different, though similar things. Because Gen X would be that 70s sound, and Billy Idol would be more in the 80s, but not trying to go the total, like, Motley Crue route.
So where does like Black Flag fit into some of that?
Black Flag would be like the resurgence kind of scene because, you know, Black Flag, Minor Threat, bands like that, they were a bit later, you know, they weren't Ramones era.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
California, the punk scene in California that a lot of people identify with, like being that old California skate punk scene, that's all that post 80s, hey man, we're not going to tease our hair and wear leather kind of punk rock, which... Hey, chat, if you know what I'm missing here, let me know, because I know I have the thingy, the crank, but it's not showing in my inventory area there anymore on the bottom right. After I got scared by the woman upstairs, it went away. But yeah, Black Flag is a great band.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, though. Well, Rollins' Black Flag is great. I'm not a big fan of, like, Keith Morris, Circle Jerks kind of Black Flag. But
see, I only know Henry Rollins' Black Flag. That's when I was introduced to them. So
right, TV Party and stuff like that. Yeah. Rockford Files. We used to do.
I'm a grunge type of music guy, says Rejects Army.
That's kind of cool though. Grunge is.
I'll listen to grunge, and so I mean, I think everybody did a little bit in the '90s.
Yeah, and it's also very heavily influenced by punk rock. The simplistic chord progressions and things.
Yeah, like four chords.
That's right.
That's all you need, right?
I don't know anything on a guitar but power chords. Then you're fine. You know.
Yeah, I mean, Nirvana did well with it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I just missed.
If Matt wasn't in the punk, I don't think we would have met. I met him. This is your wife, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
I met him in New York City on St. Mark's while he was going to CBGB's.
Yep. True story. And you know what's cool about that story? She approached me and gave me a beeper number. That's how long ago that was.
Oh, and she carried a beeper?
Yeah, yeah. And she wasn't like a doctor or anything that needed a beeper. This was that long ago. Yeah.
I love that she carried a beeper.
Yeah.
Was it, do you remember when they had like color? They were like color ones?
Oh, yeah.
And they were kind of semi... Like
translucent.
Yeah. Is that what she had?
If I remember correctly, it was, but she would have to clarify.
If it had been a gold one, I would have had more respect.
No, I think it was like purple, translucent or something. Yeah. But actually, yeah, I was on St. Mark's. We were over at CBGB's. I think that was, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, that wasn't a big show. That's why me and her actually then from there went to a place around the corner from CBGB's. Anybody who grew up in New York area and went to shows knows what I'm about to reference when I say the hole in the fence. The hole in the fence is, again, customary to, like, you know, New York scene punk rockers, is a squat that is behind a construction area. So there's this hole in the fence. Spoopy stuffs. There's this hole in the fence that, you know, you can crawl through and then you're in the construction zone, and it's actually a building that's been condemned, but nobody's done anything with it. So it's not really under construction so much as it just looks like it is. And back there's just like a whole green area of people hanging out, drinking beers and stuff. Some guy walked past us with a basketball, and he was like, "You want to play basketball?" And we were like, "No, dude, we're good." And then he climbed in a basement window and went down. There's a hoop in there and everything, and yeah. So the hole in the fence. No, I wanted to go the bloody way. I messed it up. I don't know if I can, though.
How do you feel about 9 Inch Nails, says Pumpka Pam Pam?
Me?
Just in general, I think, just opening and discussion.
I think industrial's pretty cool.
Reject Army says Trent 9 Inch Nails equals God.
Yeah, I mean, what I was about to say is I think industrial's pretty cool, and I think that what guys like Trent Reznor have done for music as far as, I mean, Trent Reznor's done a lot outside of 9 Inch Nails, from movie soundtracks and shit like that.
Sure.
You know, and influencing that entire...
Apparently he's tough to work for.
I bet.
Most people that I think have that sort of... I don't want to use the term genius as if Trent Reznor is an absolute genius, but they have something. They're on a different level, right? There's a plane that they're on that other people aren't.
Yeah.
That allows them to like tap into creativity that others don't even know that exist. That I think when there's people that are like that, they're difficult to be around. They're difficult to, because those type of people, if they require someone else to help them bring their vision to life, then they are usually, for lack of a better word, kind of a dick.
Yeah,
You know
easily
what I mean?
frustrated when they're trying to,
Yeah, because
I can see that.
I was watching a documentary. I don't remember what it was called, but it had Trent Reznor on it, and his lead guitarist. And chat, you can correct me if I'm totally wrong on this information, because I'm just kind of remembering parts of this. But that the lead guitarist from Nine Inch Nails, was being underpaid for the work that he was doing, and they were killing themselves on tour and writing new music and all this stuff.
And the source
And this lead guitarist wrote a new song. It was like, hey, Trent, I want to play you this song and see if it like can maybe fit on the next album or whatever. Trent's like, whatever, play it. So he plays it. And Trent's like, no, that's like kind of pop. It's shit, and no one will like that. And you shouldn't be writing music. It's not really your forte.
Oh, wow.
You need to just kind of like shut up and play guitar,
Oh, wow.
Like in some way he kind of got to that point. And I guess after enough abuse, the guy was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm going to go do my own thing. And that's how the band Filter became a band.
Oh, wow.
Because that's and the song he played for Trent Reznor was that, hey man, nice shot. That,
okay.
Yeah, that.
And that's how Filter... Ooh, game. That's how Filter came to be. That's pretty cool.
That is correct.
Oh, no.
Rob chimes in. Who's Filter?
Sorry, dude.
They were, a 90s, I guess you would categorize them as grunge.
I knew she was going to grab me, but I had to do it.
It has this bass line, or whatever, and the guy's kind of whispery in his how he sings. But the hook is, hey man, nice shot.
But I've noticed too exactly what you said there. There's a lot of times where, people that I respect as far as their creativity, even if I'm not necessarily a fan of theirs, I end up hearing something similar about. They're really tough to work with. Yeah. Someone in games, if we want to bring it back to games, and I think of this immediately because me and Cataly from Mixer were having a conversation about this just earlier today on Twitter. Someone in games who I've heard the same about and who I also respect their creativity I hold them in high regard in the games industry is Ken Levine.
He's tough to work for.
I've heard war stories. They're all over Games Journal.
Yeah, I think Ben knows him. Ben, I think, has had a few, let's grab a beer and have a cigar and shoot the shit.
Yeah.
And I think Ben's hung out with him. If I recall, Ben's in chat. He can probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's had a few conversations with Ken. And Ken, I think, also, again, like most people that are at that level, struggle with some demons. You know what I mean?
And again, BioShock, System Shock 2, BioShock, those are, games that I hold in high regard. And then, you get into that fandom a little bit further and you're like, oh, okay. But, yeah. But back to music, yes. Trent Reznor, I think, has done a lot. I put Trent Reznor in the same classification that I put the RZA. Somebody who I think has
I would not have thought you would have said that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've been, they're folks that have been hugely, influential and monumental to music and music and film and
anime.
Yeah.
RZA has done music for anime.
Those are the kind of creative people that are just, there's just more to them than any one thing they're doing. And it's not me belittling, Wu-Tang Clan or Nine Inch Nails. It's me saying, when you see them get outside of those items, you realize they were destined to be something important in any one of a number of fields.
Yeah, I feel like RZA was on Conan many years ago, and they got on the topic of like astrophysics. And the dude was like holding his own, and like Conan is like standing there like, what? Like, how do you, what? Yep. He's like, yeah, no, I studied it, and the guy who's the well-known scientist that he's always on Twitter. Anytime someone does something, he's like, well, actually,
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
There you go. I think he may have been on the show, or he was. I'm mixing up my details here, but I think he was even maybe later he was reacting to the RZA talking about that, and he was like, "Yeah, he just said 6 things. 5 of them are absolutely true, and the 6th one he's a little fuzzy on, but yeah, he knows what he's talking about." And it's like, wow,
Which is high praise, because if anybody loves to like flex the intelligence muscles,
yeah, right. He does like to drop the tweets all the time about whatever it is.
Hey, did anybody in chat notice that when I opened the bookcase and the bookcase started opening, I had a moment of like, what's going on? Why? I thought my controls were messed up, but it was the bookcase moving my character because I was standing in the way because I'm a dummy. So in case chat wanted to laugh at me, there's your chance.
Well, there's far more other chances.
That's fair, yeah.
Here's a good question from
363.
I Am Gaming Boom. Says, do you guys like the Dead by Daylight game?
I've only played it once, and I think that part of it is because, at the time that... Wait, that was... Oh, I hit the wrong number already. At the time that it came to be, I was not on PC, so I missed out on it for a little bit there. And then just for one reason or another, it was kind of, I was behind on it. Mm-hmm. Now, I have played it a few times, and I enjoy it. I wish I had played it from the rip, because now I feel a little bit lost and all that. But I really enjoy watching it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've watched more streams of it than played it. I think they have a fantastic metagame, meaning like XP and how you apply it and you unlock new things. I think someone on their team was incredibly gifted at understanding that invisible hand for the player, because normal gameplay is it leans more towards a competitive game, right? Comparatively, like if you wanted to say, compare Dead by to Friday, it's far more competitive. But their meta system it destroys ours. There's no doubt about that. Like someone on their team there is very talented at that, and you can tell they spend a lot of time and put a lot of care into that system. So that was like my biggest takeaway from looking at and spending some time with Dead by was fantastic metagame. And ours feels more like an afterthought by comparison to that one.
Right.
And some of that was, we were running out of time, ran out of money, knew we wanted something like that in there, but we didn't have the team size or the time to sit down and dedicate, enough of it to build a stronger metagame. You
think that's an 8?
I think it looks like 853.
That's what it looks like to me, too. All right. Anyway, yes. No, 100%. And, like I said, my thing is, as far as playing it, I'm just behind the curve on it.
Ben says that Ish said that we're fired for playing with brightness so high in the game.
Well, Ish, I mean, I didn't set up the brightness here, first of all. You're going to have to go fire Ronnie for that one. Oh, come on.
Yeah, I think Ronnie cranked it for, I don't remember what we were playing, that was super duper dark. And the other piece of the puzzle here that what others aren't considering here is we have 3 talent lights up here that are burning your retinas. Yeah. And so you're having to squint anyway to see the screen. So kicking up the brightness helps to...
And that's why I have this angry look on my face at all times. It's not that I'm angry, it's that I can't see.
It never has. It never will.
So I wanted to keep talking about music, about something.
Okay.
Something that I love is very dear to me.
Polka?
Yeah, absolutely.
I knew it.
And the Mohawk puts people off. They don't realize it.
Oh my God, are you going to tell me you like country music?
No,
okay.
A little bit. 60s reggae.
Whoa, okay.
I think me and you, I think I said that before, and you're like, I did not see that one coming.
Yeah.
60s reggae. I'm a huge fan of 60s.
Why 60s only?
It's that timing of soul and how Northern soul came about and the, intertwining between the two.
Is that Marley time frame?
Well, actually, Bob Marley was making music then.
Yeah.
It's weird. He had a shaved head, no dreadlocks. It was like, we're talking about like early days.
Okay.
But it's in the heyday of the Jamaican record label kind of drama, I guess, for lack of a better word. And at the time, there were these Jamaican... I'm going to get through this real quick before we move back to the game. At the time, there were all these different record labels in Jamaica. And at the time, it was very simple to set up a record label in Jamaica. You could just be like, I'm a label now. we're called, whatever, Funky Beats, and I'll put your album out, And so there was a lot of competition to gobble up these artists that were kind of artists in live performance and dance halls only. So now they would play some songs and stuff in the local areas, and then they'd get picked up by these labels and put out. And then the records were making their way outside of Jamaica, when originally these tiny little labels all sprung up to just kind of sell the albums in marketplaces down there. They ended up making their way out to like in England.
It was less of a global label, more of a press shop. Like they were just pressing
Pretty much.
vinyl as fast
But
as
they
they
all
could.
named themselves
Sure.
and called themselves a label, and
Sure.
they had their team of artists, and there was like it's similar to
Those not unlike punk.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
not unlike punk and like when hip hop first started out.
True.
And so they had these labels where these albums that nobody ever really kind of pushed to go outside of the Jamaica region, and that kind of island area. They were making their way to London, L.A., New York, places like that, and turned out to be heavily influential. The labels were gobbling up the money, and so the artists then were trying to dip into other labels. But just like in punk or in hip hop, when you start doing that, there's all this drama that comes about. So that's why you have albums that are hard to find by bands that were on, for instance, Cimarip is a band.
Okay.
Cimarip is Pyramids backwards and a few letters taken out, because Pyramids were a band on the Pyramid record label, but they were afraid they'd be shot and killed if they came out with an album on Trojan record label.
Yeah.
So they toyed with their name. There's no photos of them in the liner notes or anything, and they put out the Cimarip album. So finding that music, this is where my story comes full circle. Finding that music is difficult.
Yeah.
Even in the modern age with Spotify, iTunes, and all these other places to hear your songs, it's really, really hard to get your hands on some of these songs and some of these albums. To this day, I have musicians that I'm a huge fan of, and I only know 3 songs of theirs because I can't find and resurface any more of their work. And that discovery element is something that I think is sorely lacking in music today, because you have YouTube and, the internet basically at your fingertips. You can figure out anything, you can research, understand, and you can be like, I've never heard of punk music, and tomorrow you'll be an aficionado on it. And the thing about that 60s reggae coming from that specific time period in that specific location is there is no database for that kind of stuff. There's a lot of it that made its way, again, like I said, but there's so much of it that isn't. So yeah, the more you know.
So you're into the music because it's hard to find it?
Well, I mean, it's got to be good.
Well, okay.
But yeah, there's artists like Busty Brown who are phenomenal, and one of my favorites of all time. And like I said, I know about 3 or 4 songs of his, and if anybody can send me any more, I'd love to hear it. 354. So yeah, they're really great artists that never got their opportunity to see their full potential because of the situation.
Moxie dances to Toots and the Maytals.
Toots and the Maytals is one of the ones that
Oh.
Toots and the Maytals. They sing the song Funky Kingston. It was on that LA Ink or whatever tattoo show, and everybody knows it. Has been in 100 commercials. They also sing 5446 Was My Number, which was covered by Sublime. And they sing the song Pressure Drop that was covered by the Specials. They also sing Sweet and Dandy, which is another one that's been licensed and used a bunch. Everybody knows Toots and the Maytals. They just don't know that they do. But Toots and the Maytals are one of those in that, oh, hey, doll, in that story, oh, and then it disappeared. In that time frame that made it out of there and managed to see widespread success with, considering the climate and situation.
Rejects Army. I've always wanted to ask, is there any way Gun could ever complete and release Summer Camp as a standalone game? No. Whenever the license folks came to me, part of the contract that I had to sign said that I had to kill Summer Camp forever, take it out back, hit it with a shovel. It can never come out. I can never use the name again. I can't just 20 years from now decide I want to make a game called Summer Camp. Can't do that either. So there you go.
Oh, I messed up the number the first time.
But I've heard that question several times on Twitter where people are like, hey, just go do that thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's not that simple. Nothing's ever that simple when there's licenses and lawyers and all the other stuff involved. Where did the name Gun Media come from?
I love this. I love this. I'm not being sarcastic or shitty, I promise.
Yeah. So before we started making games, we were consulting on games. And what I mean by that is like big studios, big publishers would fly us into the studios, and we would play their games and tell them how to make them better. Sometimes we were writing up like mock reviews, like a fake review. They would be like, act like your Game Informer. How would you score this? So everyone kind of had a different menu of things they wanted us to do for them. And I was trying to think of it. So when I was dreaming up that company, that consulting kind of gig, I started thinking about words that I like. Words that are short, usually you can remember them. But the word gun just kept popping in my head because whether most people aren't kind of like about a gun. They're either they like them or they're like they vehemently hate them. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, they're the worst thing. That's the the downfall of our society or whatever. And so it elicited emotion. It put a mental picture in your head whenever you say the word. And it's short. It's succinct. Gun is short. And at the time, again, we were doing kind of consulting stuff, so it kind of played into, maybe a dev team because they're close to their own project, and it's hard for them to get it. They need an outside opinion, right, to help push the game forward. And so it was also this kind of idea of like you can call a gun in to help, Top Gun or whatever you want to call it. So there was a little bit of that was in there too, but. And then we did consulting for about 5 years, and then decided we wanted to start making our own games because we had learned a whole lot during that process. And so I just stuck media on the end of it because I was just like, yeah, here we are. Probably should have went with like studios or something like that, but it is what it is right now. So yeah, that's how the name came to be.
The reason I like that story is because there's two versions of it.
Was that was the more PG version? Is that
No, that's just a more fleshed out, detailed version.
Yeah.
I want to start a Twitter account called Shit Wes Says.
Yeah.
And there's so many gold ones. Like when I started here, the story I always like to tell is I just want to make cool shit. That little snippet, granted, that was a much larger conversation, but that one sentence of that conversation was like a major determining factor in why I was like, I want to be here at Gun. I want to be at Gun. I want to be there. Yeah. And so the Shit Wes Says, one time I asked him, and there was a lot going on in the office that day. I can't remember what, but he was kind of on his way to something else. And he was like, I just thought it sounded cool. And then he kind of like walked away, and I was like, right on, man, it does. And it's great logo, dude. You know, like, and I was like, all right, cool,
Yeah. I mean, that is definitely the shorter version of it.
I have gotten since the whole story that you just told, but at the time, it was like I said, I asked him at the wrong time, and he had shit to do, so he was just like, thought it sounded cool, man. We're running out of apples. The Shit Wes Says. Keep an eye out for that social channel. You'll find it sooner or later.
Yeah, I feel like that Twitter will get me in trouble.
Yeah, right. We're running out of apples, she said. I find that hard to believe. That's a lot of apples. I think that's the idea. Let's see here.
And a foodie channel on the Discord. We need a foodie channel on the Discord.
Oh, yes. And
that's
somebody wanted like a horror tattoos one. For sharing tattoos. Mm-hmm. I'm still up in the air on the horror tattoos one, so let us know in the Discord if you do want that, because...
Why are you afraid it's going to be too risque?
No, it's just I feel like, why don't we populate our horror collections kind of thing, because it's, tattoos are part of your collection. It's part of your fandom,
Yeah.
But, if there's a need, if people want it, for sure. We're not... Our Discord is very, I don't want to say lax, because it makes it sound like we don't put any effort into it, but it's very, like, it's there for you guys, right? The community. So we're not too, like, pushy about what channels we do and don't have, or anything like that. The only reason, if anything, I haven't yet is because I just want to make sure that we keep the horror channel popping.
I just finished watching the Breakpoint release stream. How's the friendly neighborhood CM Mattshotcha?
I'm good, my dudes. I'm good. How's it going?
Is that
What do you guys think?
Breakpoint? That's the new Ghost
Ghost
Recon?
Recon?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch it VOD.
I haven't seen anything on that either.
We're already in here doing like sound checks and cameras, so
You?
there once was a man full of passion, but then his wife went out of fashion. Her face was a mess. He couldn't care less. She hated the man with a passion. That's
So Wolverine 42, I don't his his message got flagged for do we want to allow this or not? But I'm going to say it out loud because I think it's kind of funny. You should have gone with boobs media. Everyone loves boobs. Guaranteed reaction. Also would have been a great logo.
yeah. There's a lot of simple logos you could do there.
Yeah.
Did you know Twin Peaks is named? Oh hey, what up, Rat Queen? Did you know Twin Peaks is named Twin Peaks because of boobs?
No, is that really?
Allegory for boobs, and that's why the sign is the two mountain peaks.
It's supposed to be boobs.
It's boobs, yeah.
I had never put that together.
Another thing, not a lot of people know. This is turning into like weird shit that Matt's into. I'm a huge David Lynch fan.
Yeah, I knew that actually.
Yeah,
I didn't know that about you.
which was funny. I quoted the cowboy in a meeting with Wes. I said, "Sometimes there's a buggy. How many drivers does a buggy have?" And everybody looked at me like I had 6 heads. And a weird tie-in. Jordan Peele, that character from Mulholland Drive, the cowboy, is actually the inspiration behind something in the new movie Us. But I stopped reading there because I didn't want to
Ruined
have an spoiler.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Man, my brain's all over the place today, guys. I apologize. That, by the way, is the Rat Queen. She's cool. She has a little bibis.
Matt's into weird shit like cabinets.
Matt's into weird shit. I was also on TV, you know.
There's a restaurant called Twin Peaks. It's a sports bar.
See?
Huh. Is it a sports bar that's supposed to be like wink, wink, nudge, nudge?
Like a Hooters kind of thing?
Right. Which, I don't know, dude. Like, I never thought Hooters was very good. Like the chicken wings themselves.
No. Yeah.
I've always been like, yeah. So,
There's other places to get better.
yeah. So I guess you only go there because you're like, I want to see a girl with short shorts and cleavage.
Which is why I've been there all of one time.
That just feels sad. Like
Yeah.
now it's like I'm gonna admit that I can't. Like I don't have this in my life,
Right.
and I'm okay with eating subpar wings to get it.
Right.
I don't know.
With subpar wings and beers and flat beer to get.
Yeah, like go eat good chicken wings and then go to a strip joint.
Yeah.
Right? Like if that's maybe that's like did you reach an all-time low if you're like I've had enough of this Hooters thing. Now I'm going to the strip club.
Maybe
is that how it works?
The mentality behind it is like, I don't want to be like those losers at the strip club. Let's just go get some wings.
Dan jumped in the chat. Wes from Gunn fires shots at Hooters more at 11.
Well, I mean, it's kind of true, you know. It's
But I mean, honestly, like anyone in chat, feel free to correct me. But you go to if you've eaten at Hooters, were you ever like, man, those are the best wings I've ever had?
they're trash.
You're like, oh, I guess
Yeah.
I don't know, and not to like, prop up or say there's another restaurant that I like support, but like Buffalo Wild Wings, that's pretty good. It's pretty good wings there.
Honestly, I'm going to be a bit more savage and say, like, literally anywhere else you can get wings is probably better. I mean, Hooters knows why people are heading there. Maybe at some point in time it was about the wings, but it's not about the wings.
Tilted kilt. I've never eaten at a tilted kilt. I don't know anything about that.
Same idea as like a Hooters. It's got girls in kilts, and they're sort of scantily clad. But they actually have a lot of interesting Irish food. But if you know anything about Irish, Scottish kind of cuisine, you're not going there. You know what I mean? They're kind of like a pub,
Yeah.
Americanized bar version of it. But yeah. And honestly, not to like keep blasting Hooters goers, but if you're the dude who's at Hooters and you're like, I go to Hooters because they got good wings and I'm not like those scumbags in the strip club, then like just screw you, man. Like
you're lying to yourself and everybody else.
How dare you be all self-righteous about the dudes in the strip clubs when you're at a Hooters? Like
I mean, maybe there are people that genuinely think that Hooters wings are good wings.
I would love to hear from them. Hit me up on Twitter and let me know what you think about Hooters wings, because I don't know if there's.
I think
my phone buzzed as I said that.
Right.
No.
I think I've eaten at a Hooters 3 times in my life, and I don't recall any of the times going, Those are really delicious.
Yeah, literally once for me.
I remember being like, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, B-dubs greater than Hooters, definitely. But Bonchon, greater BBW for the Korean fried goodness.
BBW? I think he means BBQ.
Yeah.
BBW is a whole other
That's a
thing.
whole different thing, right? Like,
That's a whole other thing.
yeah.
I mean,
Are you going to Korean places that feature BBW?
we're not here to kink shame you. We're just trying to understand.
Right. Like, I thought Hooters was bad, but if there are Korean places that...
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Mel's like, oh, goodness.
It's another one of those.
Buffalo Bills, you pervs. Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, Buffalo Bill does prefer.
I've never even heard of Buffalo Bills. I don't know what that is.
Buffalo Bill is, what are you, about a size 6?
No. Are they saying that's a restaurant? Now I'm even more confused.
This could be us, but you won't put the lotion in the basket.
Now, I know that one. I know that one.
Oh, Creepy Company, the people who made made my son here. They put out an image yesterday. It was Buffalo Bill holding the dog, and it said, "This could be us, but you won't put the lotion in the basket," or something like that. I was fucking crying, man. Oh, I'm sorry to curse, but I was crying my eyes out. I was like, that's just good.
Do you know how hard it is to find a steady supply of Korean BBWs?
Oh, my God.
And Twitch just kicked us off. See you guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Real fun streaming for
Last
you
stream ever.
Oh, man.
If you ever get a chance to try Quaker State and Lube, do it. They have fantastic wings.
Fantastic wings, yeah?
Yeah. All right.
Where are they? Quaker State?
I don't know where that is.
Pennsylvania thing?
Dan, I swear I'm going to have to put together comms guidelines for these. You knew it's Thursday, dude. It's going off the rails immediately.
Well, it's Tales from the Stream. This is the idea. When we set out to do 2 shows a week, speaking of, Tuesdays we do a show called Beyond, which is all the news coming out of Gun. Thursdays we do Tales from the Stream, which is our opportunity to hang out with you guys in the community. You know, we had this...
And talk about inappropriate things, apparently.
we had the goal from the beginning where we were going to do the stream where we get all the news out. We were going to answer all the questions. We were going to address all the things the community wanted to talk about. But we also had to counterbalance that with a stream where we hang out and have fun.
Yeah.
And fun we have had. We have the Squiggle Vision episode.
Was that our first one?
No, that was like our second or third.
Okay.
And I was afraid then that it was our last, but we had our Squiggle Vision.
Well, we weren't partnered then, so
That's true. We were
if we're doing that today, yeah.
Yeah. But what was it? Squiggle Vision? There was something else too that made Dan jump in chat. I can't remember what it was. And now today we've had the Hooters topic.
Thursday is food talk. Gonna turn into a cooking show. Celebrity chef Wes Keltner as he makes cobbler for The Office. I mean, I don't know if you saw on my Twitter, I whipped up some peach cobbler this weekend.
I saw.
It was bang-a-rang. It was really good. It was really good. Not to toot my own horn or whatever, but it's one of the few things that, like, I know I'm going to knock it out of the park, and I can do that.
I saw the picture and I was like, man, that looks.
What you didn't see was like the after the fact, because then I put a little confectioner sugar. I sprinkle a little confectioner sugar on top, and then throw the vanilla ice cream on top of that. Son, it is so good.
Can you even paint anymore? Judging by the looks of this hallway, that's a hard no. Oh, there's the Ouija board bit. I don't remember it. Oh, is the answer in this room? I hope it's in this room, because I don't remember. I have cobbler on the brain now, and it's definitely not cobbler.
You only get one tail from now on in Tales from the Stream. You only get to tell one tail.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be tough.
Yeah. I have to make it count.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like that's a very scary ratcheting up of, the Squiggle Vision / Hooters controversy kind of topics.
Yeah.
Because when you only get one, you're going to come out of the gate and be like, better make it a good one.
Yeah. Hooters is probably not. It wouldn't make the cut if you only got to choose one.
No, it'd be like that time my ear got cut off or something. I didn't actually have an ear cut off. That was a hypothetical.
I can cook, Wes, but baking isn't a thing for me. Baking classes with Wes. Now, that's what she excels at, actually, is baking. And so since you guys are right down the road from us, if you ever want to to come over. If you need a break from the zoo that is your house, I'm sure, feel free to look us up. And Erin's always down to bake. She's usually baking every weekend anyway. She made homemade brownies 2 nights ago. She's always whipping stuff up. So she's into everything has to be from scratch. It was like a thing her mom kind of instilled in her.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So she's like, you don't buy cake mix in a box. You don't buy. You don't do that. You whip it up yourself. So she's really good. Last stream, Matt said he doesn't like the band Journey.
Yeah, no, I don't.
He's crazy. No.
I have no
Says
time.
JJC.
JJC, you're a cool ass dude, and I'd like to think he has a bud, but
I mean,
Journey is
I
different.
feel indifferent about Journey. I'm not like they're the best thing. I don't dislike them. It's one of those things when you're in the car and their song comes on, I'm probably not going to reach down and turn it. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. But I don't seek them out. I don't.
But you do have a foreigner belt buckle.
Of course.
That's another. It's another thing we've discussed in the office. A love for
Didn't-
Carl from
yeah.
Dean.
You see them on the 86 tour. Willy wah, willy willy.
Yeah, Willy Wah.
Yeah, you like that swimming pool?
That's everybody from New Jersey that I know. And you said the same thing, right? Wasn't it? Or wait. I know I've said before that, like, I have numerous friends from New Jersey that's their dad, right? The Giants, man. And
Oh,
like,
Carl is their dad?
yeah, basically.
Nice.
Like, there's multiple Carls running around New Jersey, but yeah.
Matt stopped believing. He couldn't hang on to the feeling.
Yeah, it's true. Stop believing almost.
He never believed to begin with.
Oh, that can't be a good sign.
I like ranch, but people who have ranch instead of blue cheese with their wings can't be trusted. Huh.
God,
I don't do either.
Yeah, but like,
to think that someone like
so
me
you already have
could
stated
ever
that you're a
compete
fan of
with
ranch,
you
but you would rather
in
have
all
the
your
feet cheese?
sublime
No way, dude.
beauty,
Yeah,
everlasting
strong opinions. No,
I'm-
blue cheese is
I'm
horrible.
from the camp of if you're making me hot wings, it doesn't need. Why do you need to dunk it in ranch? Like it should
don't.
be good.
Yeah, no, what you
It's
do
kind of
is-
like going and getting a steak and like, do you want A1? I'm like, do I need it?
Yeah.
You know, like the steak should be good as is.
No, same, but every now and then when you're like, if you're like me and you got buffalo sauce up to your elbows and you're 19 wings in, you may
Yeah.
need a little like cooler. And that's when you go for the ranch.
Well, that's what you take you take the celery stick, right?
Bro, I ain't got no time for celery. Did you bring up celery? Seriously?
They bring it out.
That's just green shit they put on the plate. You're not supposed to eat it.
It's not parsley.
It's-
It's not there for decoration.
Bro, it might as well be a green spoon. I have no need or
Well,
time
yeah,
for that.
exactly. You dip it in the ranch.
Oh, no, I don't eat it, though. No.
Something wrong with you, boy.
Bruh. Can we
Blue,
talk-
blue cheese is nasty.
Right? Like, it's disgusting. No, I'll dip the wing in. the ranch.
Some people are into feet, man. You need to be. Where's our boy eating on her feet? He needs
I
to
feel
be
like
in here.
this is his show, man.
Yeah, defending the blue cheese.
Defending foot culture everywhere.
Well, some of us are nasty. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Celery is okay, but ranch is a problem.
Bro, really? Like, the celery is just, it's a garnish. I mean, it might as well be like a doily.
Yeah, but why do you need to dunk your? I don't know, man.
You dunk the wing in there because
I
you
get
still
it.
get a little bit
I
of the heat.
understand. I'm just saying you shouldn't need it.
But who's eating a chicken wing and they're like, you know what I want? Celery. Oh, you mean like a salad? No, just one stalk of celery.
If you're about six wings deep and you're like my mouth's on fire,
Yeah.
then you put down no more chicken wings for a second.
No.
Take the celery, dip it, crunch it, take a big swig of beer. Time for round 2.
There are no brakes on my wings and beer cart. I'm just hammers to hell, man. Let's go. Dunk the wing in there. All right, stick my thumb in there. I don't care. I'm going.
You need to slow down when you eat, man. What are you doing to yourself over here?
Well, I mean,
You don't savor it?
nope.
They just lay like a 20 thing of wings in front of you and you beat the brakes off the whole plate.
That's it, man. Till it's empty.
Jesus.
Bring them in a bucket. I don't care.
I don't see how your wife lives with you, man.
I don't either.
How does she eat with you in public?
Yeah, occasionally. It's a thing.
Do they bring you out the like kids bib and
That's right.
the lobster bib?
Oh, are you kidding? I love when they have bibs at the restaurant. I'm the guy who's always like, yeah, let's go. I'm turning it into like a headband as we leave and shit. Yeah, I'm into it. Yep.
Cleves, I'm gonna die on this hill talking about ranch. Ranch versus blue cheese.
Oh, I remember this now.
Wings are life. I haven't had a hot wing. Dude, it's been, I mean, probably 2+ years.
Yeah.
Since I've eaten a hot wing. And it's not because I don't like them. The opportunity doesn't come up. My wife cooks a meal for me every single night.
Mm-hmm.
So I get home from work, I go through a few more work emails, whatever. Other night it was like mow the yard. I come in from mowing the yard and like my meal's sitting there and I'm like, dude, yes. So it's never like, hey, I'm tired. Let's go get something to eat. And sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
But there's like a few select restaurants that were like, yeah, let's do that.
No, and I hear you. And honestly, during the week, and even on the weekend, especially like if you have a kid, which I know you don't have any kids yet,
right.
but once you have a kid, you get to this point where during the week you're like, there's just way too much shit going on. When the weekend comes, and you're like, I'm recovering from all the shit that was going on.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, it's been a month and you haven't been out anywhere. But we do a lot of like the DoorDash stuff and so on.
We've been hitting that Jets Pizza pretty hard though, man.
That's what's up, dude. Jets almost killed me, but it's okay. We're still in love, and we're working through it.
Yeah, you had a moment that day here.
Bruh. You want to talk about Matt being up to his elbows in
That was your
food?
first time, right?
Yeah, that was my first Jets.
You went hard, dude. You went hard in the paint.
Ben kept saying, "There's one piece of," and I was like, "No, there ain't." One piece left. No, there ain't. Yeah, I was about it for real.
Yeah, it's the business.
Am I drowning now? I don't think I got this part in my playthrough at home. If that's possible. No, I remember this.
I hate wings and bacon. You hate both those things?
Get out. Just get out. Somebody ban this person from the chat. What are you doing?
That doesn't even comprehend my brain. I don't know I've ever talked to anyone that's like, I hate bacon. I've heard people say, I'm okay with bacon, but if you give me some options, I'm probably going to choose something else or something. But to say they just flat out hate bacon, I'm like, I don't know, man. You might not be from.
Yeah, no, I would put bacon on my own finger and eat it. I don't know what people are talking about saying they hate bacon.
Someone had to.
It feels like the way that you can tell that they live people. You put on the glasses. I feel like that's one of them too. When they're like, I hate bacon, you're like, wait a second.
Yeah. It's like when your dog barks at a stranger and you're just like, you are not okay with me.
Right. Right.
I hate bacon. Stay over there. Yeah. Evil human.
Like a butcher. A monster.
Yeah, that's right.
But at least there was to come something beautiful from all this filth.
So at one of the restaurants here in town, that has a lot of bourbon, by the way, so that's already a bonus. Yeah. They bring out candied bacon, full strips of candied bacon in a mason jar. So there's 6 or 7 pieces of candied, and it's been some kind of, I don't know how they cook it, but it's got kind of a smoky, woody taste, but then it's got, obviously it's really sweet. And they bring it out with peanut butter.
Oh, yeah, and you
dip the bacon. Butter? And that sounds like, wait, what are you talking about?
No, anything bacon sounds like amazing.
It's pretty amazing. I highly recommend. It doesn't sound like it goes together, but it really does. And
even, again, I'm going to bring up fast food. McDonald's, because whatever, they started doing recently something that they should have always done. You can have bacon added to anything, right? So now it's to the point where, if Kirsty says, oh, I want to have McDonald's, she'll say, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't even care. You could bring me the cardboard box from someone else's burger with bacon on it, and I'll be good.
You're in?
Great, yeah. So now my McDonald's issue has gotten worse.
Dip bacon in your Frosty? No.
No?
Yep. I'm down. I'll do it.
Not into that, no.
I haven't done that, but I'm down. I'll do French fries. We had a whole discussion on that.
Yeah. Well, we had a discussion that you were wrong in.
Because I was at In-N-Out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I dipped my fries in, and I took a picture, and I was like, fight me.
You're a monster.
Yeah, I was. I put bacon on bacon. Yeah, I hear you.
That's right, dude.
I hear you.
Not too long ago, they started doing that whole thing where they wrap everything in bacon now. They're like, you can have a bacon-wrapped, steak, a bacon-wrapped this, bacon-wrapped scallops. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude, all of it.
It's like Mitch Hedberg is thinking about Ritz. He's like, looking at the back of the Ritz box, and there's all kinds of random shit on top of the Ritz. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like Ritz are delicious by themselves. He's like, put a Ritz on top of a Ritz. I'm like, I hear you, dude. I hear you.
Oh, Mitch Hedberg.
I miss him, dude. He was so funny.
Amazing. As a kid, I used to lay in my twin-sized bed and wonder where my brother was.
I still think about it when I see that if I'm in an airport and the escalators are out of order.
Oh, yeah. Escalator can never be out of order.
Where it just becomes stairs. He's like,
right.
sorry for the convenience.
Yeah.
That's so good. I love Baconators, but wait, I love Baconators too much. It's not healthy. Yeah, it's not healthy.
No, it's not. Yeah, I also have to take cholesterol pills, and I'm not a very old man.
Do you really? You have
Yeah.
to take cholesterol?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It sounds like you got a bacon problem here.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe, but I'm living my best life, man. Don't judge me.
I am not judging. Man.
I went to the doctor. The doctor had told me though, diabetics, they'll all be on cholesterol medicine by the time they're 40, regardless of their cholesterol, just because it's it's a thing. So I went in. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do that a little early for you." And I was like, "Bacon," and he was like, "Yep, right on." So that's why.
Yeah, last time I was there, the doctor, they're telling me mom's a little high too, and they're like, "Yeah, you're kind of on that mark where probably the next time we do your blood work, we're gonna need to talk about if it ain't got better, talk about putting you on something." I'm like, come on.
Talking about bacon so long, my stomach just started growling.
Sorry about that, man.
But yeah, no, it's funny. The cholesterol pills I'm on, they're these little tiny pink pills, and every time I take one, I feel like I'm taking birth control. So me and my wife giggle about that quite often.
Does it come in the little
A little clamshell.
Yeah. Nice.
No, they're like little round pink pills, and I'm like, man, this is birth control. What are you trying to do to me, doctor? All right, one more chest pee.
KFC double downs equals fat boy heaven. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, I know what that is, and yeah. I know about that from a very large friend of mine.
What is a double? I don't know what that is.
It's like when they're like, you know what, buns, I don't need it. I'm just gonna have an extra chicken.
Oh,
bun.
I do know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, chat can correct me. All right, what? I'm missing something here. Oh, there it is.
Bacon wrapped turkey for Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yes, sir.
I'm literally bacon makes everything better.
My very large friend. Yeah.
Yes, I do have. I have a very large friend who has tried to sing the praises of those weird.
I have a weakness for fried or char grilled oysters. I have a weakness for oysters just in general. My go-to is going to be like raw on the half shell. Anytime I'm in a city that is close to an ocean, I'm like, bring me your local oyster now. Absolutely love it. So I was stoked when we went to PAX East and we're in Boston. I'm like,
Yeah,
so I was tearing them up.
that's your place then.
I love it, man.
That's all you.
And when I was down in Louisiana, they have fried oyster po' boys with crystal hot sauce you can put on it, fresh tomatoes and lettuce. Man, I will push children and elderly out of the way to get to it.
Now you said fried oysters?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do the like boogers in a half shell thing.
Wes, you got to come to the island one day then. What island are we talking about? What island? I was on a strict seafood-only diet at East. Well, except the donut. Yeah, you did steal a donut from us. Diet, my ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say how did that all work?
Dan says he had to leave Mixer chat. Those people are freaking him out.
Uh-oh.
What's going on in Mixer chat?
I apologize to Mixer chat right now. I don't have it up. It locked.
I'm in Victoria on Vancouver Island. Oh, but it's beautiful. I would totally go there.
New patches are great. What's freaking them out? My wife likes Wayfair.
So Vancouver Island is help me understand like how do you get to that? And don't I don't know, take a boat. I mean,
Yeah. Swim really fast.
like from where I am in Kentucky, how would I get to you?
Plane.
I don't mean the mode of transportation. Like where would I fly into?
Sorry,
and then what would I do?
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And maybe a direction.
Right. You can ferry from Seattle. Okay, so we were in Seattle. We ferried to. Oh my God, I'm gonna forget the name of these places now. It's one of the ports there. Don't remember the name. Shoot.
But it's a port in Seattle.
No. Yeah. It's in Washington. While we're sitting here, I'm gonna text my wife and be like, "What was that place we went?"
Yeah. Quick, I'm on stream.
Exactly right.
She's gonna be like, "Why do you bother me with this now?" That's painting seen better days. I remember this being tricky, but I don't remember what it is I need to do.
Port Townsend. Does that sound right? I think it was Port Townsend.
I don't remember the combination of that. I don't.
Galaxy, you're gonna have to help me out if that sounds right. But, and then we did a couple others, and then we went all the way up to Forks. Not because we were into
Forks.
the teen Twilight. Not because we're into Twilight.
Sure, that's totally
It wasn't why. It was because we wanted to get from Seattle going up through there, and then we wanted to hit the coast, and it was like the first town that we saw on the thing. And so we went into Forks and then went out on the stuff and the things.
Can I tell you why I don't believe you?
You went to see, I know, sparkly vampires. I know. Everyone else there was apparently there for that because they all had on their stupid, like, I'm Team Jacob or whatever the hell it is, shirts on, and they were like, this is where she cried in the tree, whatever happened, right? Like, I didn't even see the movies.
So you ran into other people there.
There was a ton of people there.
'Cause I was going to say, the reason I don't believe you is because you knew that was me. I would go there and just be like, this is a place. I wouldn't be like, this is from Twilight.
First, my wife knew because she did see the movies, and she read the books, but she wouldn't say that she's like a big Twilight fan. She like read the books first. She's like, they're pretty good. And then she saw the movies. She's like, they're a movie. And I'm like, yep. And so when we went together to Seattle, she was like, oh, they shot a bunch of stuff up here for that film. And I was like, okay, cool. And then we're looking at the map. She's like, holy crap, if we want to go see the ocean, we actually are going to go to Forks. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's do it. So we rented a car and shot up there.
And then, like, as is when you go to places like that.
Yes, Port Townsend has a ferry as well. There you go. Port Townsend. Been there, and we did one more port, and I forgot the name, sorry. But it was beautiful there. It was absolutely gorgeous. And we went to Olympia National Park and did a bunch of hiking, and that was really cool. And I ate clam chowder like every day, pretty much, when I was there, and oysters as well. I can't remember the name of the place we went in Seattle for oysters, but it was fantastic. Wes is definitely Team Jacob. I mean, I don't know what that means, but it was vampires and werewolves, right? Wasn't that the premise?
Yeah, I think one of them.
Jacob, okay, yeah. In my ear, Rob's like, I think Jacob was your werewolf. So I'm like, okay, there we go.
But wasn't the first one just the moody vampire dude? I thought it's.
I honestly, I've not seen them. I don't know. Like, I walked in when my wife was watching them, and I would sit for 15 minutes and be like, people watch this, But
I got a thing to do.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go get splinters or anything other than
literally anything else.
Yeah. Twilight game confirmed. Yeah. Mm.
Yep. West winked. Excuse me. Yeah, I've said it before on the show. I'm not a big Anne Rice vampire guy, but I like some bloody 30 Days a Night kind of vampires. But
okay.
And Nosferatu kind of vampires. But I can't do the whole, I'm a romantic vampire guy. I'm not. What the hell?
You don't like emo?
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan.
What is going on?
I can't tell if that's intentional.
Or you've got some bad
Sticks.
Is this on PC?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Is it still doing it? Is the other in the control room? Is there also control of this?
Yeah.
Rob, can you check on mouse keyboard situation in that room? Okay. So strange.
Let's see.
And it's not.
Hey, there we go.
Weird.
Like Mel would say, unplug it.
You just got bluebird.
Yeah. Bluebird me hard enough where I had no idea what the hell was going on. Whoa, wait, what?
Carpenter Vampires was great.
All right, let's go see who's hammering away on that piano.
The original Fright Night is the best vampire movie of all time.
Yeah, Fright Night.
It's pretty
Lost
good.
Boys was good.
Lost Boys is good.
But again, Lost Boys started to go down that
emo-y.
Yeah, emo-y romantic vampire thing.
But isn't that part of the seduction of?
I mean, when you
of-
look at Nosferatu, man, the original
Yeah.
vampire,
Yeah.
there's nothing like I'm going to seduce you with his weird rabbit teeth
True.
and shit, you know?
True.
And so, like, that's why I've said it before, I'll say it again. 30 Days a Night was underrated, man, because they were like feral, gory, bloodthirsty creatures, not.
Salem's Lot. That's another good example of not a romantic, no
Yeah.
sensualness to it.
I'm
Just
going to go out on a limb here, though, and just say Anne Rice ruined vampires, you know?
I don't think it was Anne Rice, dude.
You don't think so?
No, even parts of like Bela Lugosi's, right? Like there was.
Yeah, I could see that.
There was a sensuality, right?
Yeah.
There was the girl becomes powerless due to, right? This almost like
And
lusting
John
of.
John Rollin was well before Anne Rice, the French director who did like a string of like weird seducto vampire movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But still, Anne Rice may have.
She didn't help any.
She may have pushed it even further into the, it's about love and
Yeah.
this and that and the other thing.
Yes, that's it. It's beautiful. Perfect. Just like I always imagined.
Oh, wow.
What is this? I don't understand. No. Stop it. Please.
That is really cool.
I was so close. This time. I almost.
It's looking more like a Caravaggio painting now. What We Do in the Shadows is amazing. We're werewolves, not swearwolves. It is a good show. I watched the original one. I haven't watched any of the shows yet. The movie, though, hilarious.
There's a whole line of that also on one of the Cavity Colors is doing one, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yep. It's a room full of the same painting.
That laugh moves ear to ear. I love it. Oh, I remember now. Yeah. Last time I did this, I went through every room like a goof. I think there's only one room I specifically need to go to.
Did you like Bram Stoker's Dracula with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise and all that?
No, that was Interview with the Vampire.
Interview,
That was
sorry.
Anne
That's
Rice.
that's exactly what I was thinking.
That was Anne Rice, and no, I didn't. Bram Stoker's was with Gary Oldman.
That's
and
right.
that
That's
one I
right.
liked.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well, and
I
I mean,
got the two confused.
I shouldn't say liked. I feel like I jumped the gun there because you mentioned Interview with the Vampire, which I hated. Bram Stoker's was pretty good, though.
Yeah.
I have to say. Gary Oldman was good, but Gary Oldman,
There's not much Gary Oldman does though that you're like that wasn't very good.
Right. He played Sid Vicious in Sid and Nancy also, which a lot of people don't realize. He did a great job of it.
We can all admit though, like his best was Fifth Element. I mean, come on.
I think it's pretty amazing that he was, Fifth Element.
I love that movie. I love Fifth Element.
He was in Fifth Element. He was Sid Vicious in the Sid and Nancy. He was the drug dealer in the beginning of True Romance
Oh yeah.
with the dreadlocks and shit.
Uh-huh.
He was Dracula. I mean, Gary Oldman, man.
Oh, he was also in.
Commissioner Gordon at one point. Like, he's everything.
Wasn't he in Leon the Professional?
I don't know. He might have.
Help me out, chat. I think I'm right, but
Yeah, talk about a range of characters, though.
right.
All right, what am I supposed to do here again? I think no, there's no record on here, Matt. What are you doing? Matt, you're
Idiot.
Yeah. I'm surprised Chad didn't attack me yet. Like, that's not where you go.
Keanu and Winona's accent in Dracula are heinous, though. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I need to see that again because I don't remember much about it at all.
Big cast, but
Yeah.
you know, at one point there's that change to Dracula, and it's pretty amazing. Like you see his face through the whole thing.
The Professional. Yeah, I mean, I thought they had Gary Oldman in it, but maybe I'm just like total.
On the topic of Dracula, though, did you know in the movie Monster Squad, the guy who played Dracula, and if I can just say, did a great job of it. That role was originally slated to go to Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson tried out for it, and then
Did he not have the certain set of skills required to?
Apparently, no. It was like before he was acting. So he was this young guy, and he tested for the role, and they liked him, and then typical silly Hollywood story. Well, I got one more guy, and the one more guy was the guy who played Dracula and did an amazing job of it. But then I don't think was in anything else after that.
Wolfman has nards. Yes,
How great is that bit with Dracula though, where the cargo plane hatch opens up and he just floats, and then, yeah, dude,
Sorry, I'm rearranging to grab. Sorry, it's going to be loud.
just throwing remotes.
I'm
around
just
and shit.
throwing everything
Good
around.
thing you own the joint.
Well, it's fine. Because there's a section in here about Dracula.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's called Vampiric Typewriting. Dracula and its media.
Does anybody know?
This
am I
is,
going the totally wrong way.
This is called The Horror Reader.
Nice.
I've actually probably been through this book twice already. It's really well done. If you're into horror, I mean, it goes back to like 1700s, talking about like how horror was written then all the way up into, let's see, what's the last subject that they discuss? Just to give you some time frame here. They get into the 90s, so yeah, it's a pretty good book. But let me find this section. I remember reading a section here about Dracula and why Dracula is the way Dracula is. So sorry, there's going to be some silence from me as I scan this.
I don't think I need to go back down the basement, but I feel like I was supposed to go back down to this floor. If I'm totally wrong, somebody in chat call me a dum-dum, and I'll go the right way. No, this is the bathroom. Still a wreck. All right, let's go back upstairs. It couldn't be this room, right? This is the room. The only white door, maybe? No, that's the kids' room. There's that room. The painting room. And then the office, there's nothing to do in here, right? Oh, there's a key. Derp. And then the key unlocks one of the rooms down the hall, right? I love that while it's quiet and I can hear the limp creating that like heartbeat sound is pretty freaking cool. Oh, maybe this is the place. That's not the place. Does the key go in the drawer of that office, maybe?
Man, I forgot how good this book is. I think it's been probably a year since I picked it up to really read it.
No. Oh, now that I read that.
Reading Rainbow with Wes. Take a look. It's in a book. Yeah, I know exactly. I mean, just this opening line here, which isn't necessarily talking about Dracula, but just horror in general. because this chapter is called Introduction to American Horror. What I refer to as the modern era of American horror film began in 1968, the year George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead and Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby were released. Through the 1970s into the 1980s, the horror film remained, on the whole, commercially viable and repeatedly proved to its affinity for the topical and the novel, and thereby affirmed its place as a type of storytelling particularly apt and relevant to post-1968 America. At the same time, however, the genre became increasingly reflexive and elusive, flaunting its own generic inheritance and its own identity as as horror and as film. Contemporary horror demands to be seen in the context not only of American life in the 1970s and 1980s, but also of those classic texts, and it quotes parodies. It quotes parodies and remakes. Films like Frankenstein from 1931, Dracula from the same year, King Kong, Cat People, The Thing from 1951, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1956. These films are horror's collective memory, acknowledged by filmmakers and fans alike. Yet what of modern horror's more immediate precursors in the years before Night of the Living Dead and Rosemary's Baby? That's a good point. I mean, yeah. Basically saying from like 1956 of the Body Snatchers may have been the only thing, and then jumping straight into, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's interesting whenever they like line out like these films and say like this mattered, this was like the film of that year or whatever. But when you're talking about American horror, there wasn't much going on then, right?
Yeah. Those universal monsters and the impact that they had in the beginning of the first days of horror.
Mm-hmm. And they get into a whole section here about Hammer films, like Dracula, Prince of Darkness, The Reptile, Dracula Has Risen from the Grave.
There it is. We restarted the masterpiece. We've gone mad.
We've done it?
Yeah.
We've done it.
Speaking of Hooters.
Speaking of Hooters.
No.
Anyway.
Anything in there about Hooters?
No. I'm getting into the section where it talks about Happy Birthday to Me, The Prowler, Dawn of the Dead, Martin, Videodrome.
Videodrome. I remember that.
Yeah. It's a cool book if you guys are ever wanting to, if you need like a bathroom book, it's a good one to pick up, but it's a little, when you read those books where you can tell the person that wrote it's like way smarter than you, so they try to like flex their prose and like you're kind of like, just tell me what you mean.
Yep.
Don't. It's got a little bit of that in there, which to me, I sometimes I kind of have to roll my eyes and be like, just get to the point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's still a good book. Anyway.
Pumpkin Pan says, will you play the DLC next week or a new game? Probably the DLC. I think we're going to stick with Layers 1 until we cruise right up to the Layers of Fear 2 launch.
And then on launch, are we going to be playing Layers of Fear 2?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it'll be May 30th because it'll be the Thursday following. But yeah, probably on Beyond we'll play it also. But
well, we made it. We did it.
Yeah. I'm exhausted from the playthrough of Layers of Fear 1. It's like one of those things where, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm hot. Cause
it's warm in here.
It is warm in here.
It's an exhausting playthrough on stream and I get where the streamers are coming from. I played through it at the house and it wasn't that bad, but you're trying to read chat and everything, but you're also trying to play the game, and it's exhausting in not the oh, it's a bore or it's tiresome. It's exhausting in the when it's over, you're like, man. Once I hit the credits there, I felt like I needed a smoke and a nap. You know what I mean? So yeah.
2 hour stream. Yeah, I know it was 2 hours. We did 2 hours, dude.
Are you kidding?
It's 5 o'clock.
Oh, damn.
It's quitting time.
Yeah. It's goodbye, everybody. No. So yeah, basically, this has been Layers of Fear 1. There's a DLC called Inheritance, which we're going to jump into next week on Tales from the Stream. For those of you who maybe, catch this in the VOD, we do 2 shows a week. We do a Beyond episode on Tuesdays on Twitch and Mixer. where we cover all of the news coming out of Gun Media, anything having to do with Friday the 13th, the game, or Layers of Fear 2, and anything Gun's really working on. We also we have our Thursday stream, which is the stream you guys all just witnessed, or you're just catching up to. That's called Tales from the Stream, where we hang out with our friends in the community and play video games from around the world of horror and talk all things from horror to hot wings and back again.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us. Like I said, you know, look, that Don't Look Back in there, man. Mm-hmm. And it's awesome because,
yeah,
fans of Layers of Fear are going to see something in Layers of Fear 2 that...
Yeah. There's a nod.
Yeah. There's a nod there. Anyway.
Spoiler, God, dude.
Yeah.
You terrible.
It's
You're the kind of person that eats at Hooters. God.
I sat here and I was like, wait, I think that was in one of our trailers. I think it was.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so this has been Layers of Fear 1. We're going to do Inheritance DLC soon. That'll be next week. And basically, there it is in the chapter select area. So I think we already have it installed. So
We do.
great.
We're good.
Thank you for hanging out, guys. We're going to catch up with you, and we'll talk to you guys on Tuesday with the next episode of Beyond. Thank you, Wes Keltner, for hanging out. And
Thank you, Mattshotcha. I appreciate your time.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. May 28th, LOF2 is out. That is correct. May 28th, PC, Steam PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. You can catch Layers of Fear 2. I hope you guys all have a good weekend. Yeah, take it easy, Gary Graves. See you later, Farkham. And like I said, thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
See you.